Alright, had a quick question on the points for the face and why it is easier to do vectors for the face. So if I wanted to close this eye here, you could technically use a bone to do that, but it's easier to do it with the points. So if we take away here, so this is the head part here, and I separated it out. Get rid of all this other stuff here real quick that we don't need. There we go. And we don't need that. So the face is a vector, which is here, and sometimes I'll do shading and different things like that, so we don't need to look at that. Also the vector on the eyebrows, we can look at that later. The eyeballs are not vector, and we don't need to worry about that right now. So basically we have the face, which is here. The face has a just one shadow affixed to it, which is behind the nose, right, like that. But the eyes are kind of outlined on top, so the outline for the eyes are on top of the face, right? Everything else is behind. So I got the two eyeballs here, which are not vectors, so I can move those around like behind the face and the eyes. The reason why I changed the eyes and made them vector is because I can change the points easier. The only thing is I do that along with the face. So if I come here, if you look at the points, let's go ahead and freeze everything real quick here. Go to bone and freeze all the bones. Freeze pose. And free pose just locks in everything that is part of the bone, so that it's not transforming from this point all the way to this point. When you freeze it, it just stops everything. So if I freeze it here with the bone that has all my vectors in it, which is 2, oh, and the white background. You need the white background because when you do have background, and I have this on low resolution just so that it'll be easier to kind of see. When you have the white background, it's for the eyes, so when you do have a background, it's not cleared like so. So if you set up the face this way, you'll need to have that, and that's also a vector, but again that falls behind the eyes, and like so. So if you look here, the way that this is set up, the face is all vectored, which is good because I can move these points whenever I need to. points, and if this is not perfect, you can add more points. To do that, we'll go to beginning here, and then I'll add another point here so that we can adjust it and make it hide behind the eyes. So I'm gonna go ahead and move these here, and I'm just moving them behind the black line, and you could choose what you want to do here for the outline of the head. If it stops right where the eyeballs are, you can make that adjustment. And then again, since we do have the white background as a vector, we can make adjustments on that as well when we close the eyes. So all of those things will kind of fall into place, and we can make adjustments as we need. Alright, so let's go back to the head here. So like that. Alright, so let's go back here. Alright, we're going to clear this out. We can get a smoother animation here. Alright, so we'll go to frame 4 and got both of these here. And I'll go to frame 2. Alright, so if I go to frame 3 here and I go to my face, we can do these face first, or let's do the eyes first here. Matter of fact, while we're doing that, let's add some more points. It'll be a little bit easier. And you can add as many or extra points as you like. And that should be good. Okay, and if I go to frame 3, start maneuvering these down. And then you can grab a lot of these at once. We'll do the lasso mode. So grab these here and bring them up. And you can make these as straight as you want, it's up to you. And then I go to the face and do the same thing here. Just bring everything. And remember, the face and the outline of the eye are the things that are adjusted. So now we get to after we adjusted all the points, we just close the eye. If you want to make this smoother for your points, or you want to change the way that looks as far as making this flat, you can go here to the and just select where you want these to kind of thin out. So it's these 3 points here. I'll select those, and then I could come in and make the adjustment a little bit there. Same thing over here. So if I look at just between these points here, lasso around those, and I can change that a little bit here, make it a little bit flat. You can kind of hide whatever you want while you make your adjustments to make it as flat as you like. So when you do close it, it does come together at the end. So that's why you could choose that method as far as making the face vector. The outline and everything else is separated. So all my little sometimes I'll add shading and things like that. You look here, there's just a little bit of shading added. Just a blur that I can add there or take away. But the mouth that's separated, but that's on top of the face part, and then just the outline of the head. It's all there in one. The head itself is all one piece. So whatever I decide to move the head, it still stays separate from all the other actions that are going on as far as the eye. Everything else still stays in place when it comes to that. And that's pretty much it. I hope that helps. With your whatever you decide as far as your design. And you could make this better as well if you want to go and make the adjustment on the vector for the white of the eye as well. So if you decide that you want to make this thin just on that one side, you could do that as well. So when the character blinks, just on that one side, we can make the adjustment. So if I go Let's go back here. Alright. Now if I go to the vector, which is behind the face, this white part here is also a vector. And we know our eyeball closes here on frame 3. Sometimes if you're far away, it may look like the white is still, you can still see it. But if this is a vector as well, you can make those points adjust. Just gotta make sure that this isn't closed too quickly. So when we get to here, alright, so we can add some points to this part here, or we can have two separate circles that may work better as well. So if I go to frame 3 and I want to make these adjustments, so whatever adjustments you're making behind the face, you can have that applied to the white background. Just gotta time it to where it's not too early. So you can adjust the white background as well. If you want to get rid of that little, seemed to be like you could see a little bit hint of white there. But that is it on this video. Hope that helps with the face part. Oh, the someone's asked me about the mouth. You could two ways to do that. I'll do that in a different video. Sometimes I'll have a whole piece, or I'll have it separated, kind of like I did with the face. But we'll do that in a different video. Hope that helps you with your characters. Thanks for signing up on the YouTube. Thanks for subscribing.